So, it looks like Katt Williams isn't exactly thrilled about Meagan Good's relationship with Jonathan Majors, and he's definitely not shy about sharing his thoughts.
You saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Meagan Good. God bless you, coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting all four. Guilty. She came in there, was just so beautiful, they had to knock half of it off.
Meagan and Jonathan's relationship has been under the microscope, with people criticizing how and when they got together. Now, Katt's not just voicing his opinions. He's also backing up some points made by Meagan's ex, Devon Franklin, and even hinting that Meagan might not be as innocent as people think.
Last time we saw you, you were married.
Yeah, that is true. That's a fact. Statement of fact.
It is.
Those are the facts, right?
So, bro, it's not the same, obviously, and I know Heather's going to get on me about this, but I remember breaking up out of a relationship and finding myself sitting upstairs in my apartment, calling downstairs to the person who was no longer there.
Or calling me, disrupted my happy life.
So I'm not going to linger in this.
But so often when we go through, heartbreak, we go through heartache, we can have one of two choices, right? Either we allow it to depress us and destroy us, or we sift and sort through it to identify, well, what can I learn and how can I heal? And what are the things that I need to know about me that this has given me an opportunity to understand that if I had never been through it, I would never understand it. Yeah. And so for me, navigating, all of this has been a journey of first and foremost space. And what I mean by space is like giving myself the ability to feel. Some moments I felt like, okay, I'm good. Other moments I'm like, yo, I'm not good today.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm not. So giving that space, giving myself the grace, and then also like staying in therapy, working with the life coach, reading the words, studying, journaling, like not taking this for granted, right? Like I would love to have been able to present to y'all, oh, I'm good, right? Yeah. Everything's great. No.
Meagan Good, on the other hand, had a very different reaction to the divorce. So, what's really going on between Jonathan and Devon? And why does Katt dislike their relationship so much? Let's dive in. His recent interview on Shannon Sharpe's podcast, Club Shay Shay, stirred up the internet because he had a lot to say about a lot of things, including Jonathan Majors and his new relationship with Meagan Good. During the interview, Katt talked about how the industry might be setting Jonathan up as a symbol, and even called him ugly. But Katt acknowledged that Jonathan was on fire for a while. He was in Creed, the Marvel movies, and then, just like that, things started to go south. He then said this.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory, but I thought Katt Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right? Part of giving you the world. First of all, they went around the world for 2 years straight telling any women that would listen that this was a good-looking Since when? When did y'all start liking a big nose? And when did y'all like a little head and a big jaw? When? Since when? That look like my daddy. When you start liking my daddy? You like black people's features like that? If this ugly good looking, then all is good looking. Anytime you see them telling you something you can't believe, just understand it's a play. And it don't matter, you gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not. No, you're not. Marvel will cancel you you won't be allowed to read a comic book. What is you talking about? Get out of here. Get out of here, ugly boy. Yeah, they love fooling the people.
He also threw shade at the idea that Jonathan was being promoted as good-looking, questioning when people started liking features like a big nose, small head, and large jaw. Katt essentially suggested that the media was playing a game, and when they decide to end it, everyone will see through the facade.
Yeah.
What's it like working with Katt on set?
Katt's sweetheart. He's a sweetheart. I seen his interview. He's a sweetheart. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Katt's
But that's what I am gonna say.
What?
I'm sorry, but my man is sexy to me.
Yeah.
Okay, he's very sexy
Okay.
to me.
I forgot.
We just need to be all the way clear on that.
You know what? I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that.
Oh, no, it's all good.
Now, I don't agree with Katt's opinion about Jonathan being unattractive. That's just not true. But I think the reason Katt went so hard on Jonathan is tied to the legal trouble Jonathan was facing at the time. He was accused of domestic violence by his then-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, who alleged that he got physical with her during an argument. Jonathan's lawyer quickly denied the accusations, saying they had evidence proving his innocence. They mentioned video footage, witness statements, and even 2 written statements from the woman recanting her allegations.
Video from March 25th shows the black Escalade in which prosecutors say Jonathan Majors assaulted then-girlfriend Grace Jabari. Jabari testified while in the SUV, she saw a woman named Cleopatra text Majors, quote, "Oh, how I wish I was kissing you." Jabari says she grabbed the phone from Majors, and in his fight to get it back, the actor dealt a blow to the back of her head, twisted her arm behind her back, fracturing her finger, and later shoved her inside the stopped SUV. Prosecutors painted a picture of systemic abuse by Majors dating back months. The jury saw photos showing items Majors is accused of throwing during an earlier fight with Jabari and text messages where he threatened suicide. But Majors' defense paints Jabari as the aggressor on the night of March 25th, enraged by the text message and later running after Majors following the altercation. They also say Jabari went to Lucy's nightclub after the fight, where surveillance video shows Jabari was not injured and freely using the finger she says Majors fractured.
911, need police, 5 medical.
She's unconscious.
Okay.
She's naked from the bottom down. She's my ex-partner. We broke up. I came back.
Despite all this, Jonathan's public image took a nosedive. He went from being Hollywood's darling to being seen as a villain who allegedly hurt women. The backlash was swift. He was dropped by his management team and lost several roles, including his part as Kang in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's a huge loss because he was being set up as the next big villain in the MCU, a role that would have been a massive payday. But now, it seems like that opportunity is gone, with RDJ being cast as Dr. Doom. All right, so let's get back to Jonathan's trial. It was a real mess, with a lot of details coming out that didn't exactly paint Jonathan in the best light. For example, there was this text message exchange that hinted Jonathan might have actually put his hands on Grace. There was also this body cam footage.
Police body camera video shows officers finding Jabari inside the closet of the Chelsea apartment she shared with Majors after he called 911. Police took Majors into another room as paramedics examined Jabari. They eventually took her to Bellevue Hospital, where doctors confirmed her finger was fractured and she had a deep cut behind her left ear. A doctor testified for the defense this afternoon that Jabari's ear wound was not in fact consistent with a blow to the head, as is alleged. The defense this morning called for a mistrial, saying prosecutors had not proven their case. That motion was denied.
In the end, Jonathan was found guilty. But the Manhattan District Attorney clarified that the evidence showed a cycle of psychological and emotional abuse, escalating into a pattern of coercion, something they see all too often in intimate partner cases. Majors would then do an interview that made him look very suspicious.
I received my injuries. I'm calm. I'm busted. She is not calm. There was alcohol involved.
Both of you?
I had some drinks as well, yeah.
She says inside the car, you hit her in the face,
Yeah.
twist her arm behind her back, fracture her middle finger.
Yeah, that did not happen.
So she ends up with a 1-inch cut behind her ear.
Laceration, yes, ma'am.
And fractured finger.
Yeah.
How did those injuries come about?
I wish to God I knew. That would give clarity. That would give me some type of peace about it.
But you're confident you didn't cause
I have no
them.
question.
In a statement to Impact, Jabari's lawyer said, "It is not at all surprising that Mr. Majors continues to take no accountability for his actions. Ms. Jabari will continue to speak the truth and seek justice in the appropriate forums in a continued effort to respect our legal process." What happens next becomes a heated point in court.
I open the door, I step out. She comes. Then one of the mistakes of my life, I pick her up. I put her back in the car. I'm trying to get rid of her. I'm trying to get away from her. As the video shows, you know. Second biggest mistake of my life. I try to keep her in the car. We get out, we walk across the street. I escort her across the street. The moment we get across the street, she grabs me, she goes for the phone. I get free of her and I run.
What made you run?
Fear.
Of what she might do?
No, not what she might do. Well, I just got smacked up, for one. It was an animal impulse. Save yourself. Get away from this. And that's what I went to do.
The rest of the interview becomes even more intriguing if you pay attention to Majors' body language.
There are those who would say, look, the DA, Alvin Bragg, is a black man. How can you say that this is race involved?
Oh, Alvin Bragg is a black man. I'm a black man. He's a politician. We are not limited to our race. The system, the country. There are elements of it that are just bad.
But for the sake of transparency, Jonathan wasn't found guilty of intentionally hurting Grace. The argument got heated, and she got injured while he was trying to get away from her. That's why the guilty verdict came down. Now, fans are starting to piece things together, and some are speculating that Megan might not be as innocent as she seems. People also started asking why she was sticking with Majors in the first place.
I have a theory,
Go on.
and don't shoot me. But I think the only reason that Megan is there is because Megan was the woman that he was cheating with.
Oh, do you think?
Because I have absolutely no idea why Megan would attach herself to someone after abuse allegations. Unless you were in the mix already.
But we can't be thinking like that, because you also would attach yourself to somebody, even if you were with somebody and then abuse allegations came out. But
I think
either
that,
way.
See, look at the way that he's speaking. He isn't taking accountability for anything.
No.
And I think that, considering Megan was married to a pastor, word manipulation obviously works on her. So
yeah.
I think, and again, this is just my thoughts, no truth, no rhyme, no rhythm, is that he has convinced her she is the reason why he's done this.
That is
as in it's your fault because the ex-girlfriend approached him because he was messaging other women. If the other woman was Megan, then he's like, this fight would have never happened if not for you. Vis-a-vis, you are also involved. You're together, and that's why she's still there. Otherwise, you're really dumb.
I mean, all the logic there is messed up. I understand what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
But then
she feels guilty
to be with somebody who not only cheats but also beats.
The word on the street is that the fight between Jonathan and Grace started because Grace found out he was texting another woman. A lot of famous people had some very interesting opinions on the whole situation. And D.L. Hewley had this to say about Jonathan Majors, comparing himself to Barack Obama.
The white girl who is accusing him of assault apparently played a voicemail which said that he demanded total compliance because he was a king and he needed her to act more like Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King. It's an interesting choice of role models,
right?
Considering this is a white girl, a blonde white girl.
Right.
Maybe Barbara Streisand,
right. But the thing that was funny when I heard that video, neither one of them got their ass into compliance. Like, I don't know how that proves that he's a brutal man. He could be he could be weird. He could be a psychopath, but I don't know that proves that he's domestically violent because he wants you to comport yourself a certain way. I don't know that proves that at all.
No, not at all. But it made for fodder for the media because
hilarious.
it was just kind of funny.
It is,
asking a white girl to act like a prominent older black woman.
Meanwhile, John Sally felt that Jonathan Majors was the victim in all of this.
God rest her soul, Maisie was very particular about me being around a lot of women and in this life. She was, and I think because I go back over it, I married a great woman, but I got married too young, and I married her too young, I felt. But I did it to get be safe. And one of the biggest things that can bring you down, we say this and they say it all the time, is drugs and women. And when you're in a situation where you have to lie to somebody to have them around you, you're gonna run into a bad situation. So if he wasn't direct and honest with her, letting her know that he had other situations going on, if you felt you had to lie, that starts it. The altercation in the car, if she sees him texting other women and she brings it up, we weren't there. She could have had those bruises of him pushing her from not hitting him. But when you remember, they had all those different allegations on Tiger Woods as well. To come find out that 15 of those women never met Tiger. So believe a half of what you see and nothing of what you read.
Recently, Jonathan Majors opened up to TMZ, sharing that he's heartbroken over the news that Robert Downey Jr., Dr. Doom, will be taking over as the new villain in the next 2 Avengers movies, effectively replacing Majors' character, King the Conqueror.
As proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
I think it's fair that Mr. Downey is being and has been greeted with patience and curiosity and love, and he's being allowed to work his art and be creative at that level. Major said about how Downey was afforded a comeback despite legal troubles. I didn't really get that. Do you think Jonathan Majors deserves another chance with Marvel? Let us know in the comments below.